As the prophet of esports, I rely on trustworthy and meaningful data every day. Data from our research partner, Yougov, offers the most complete view of esports fans and gamers in the world, providing context to who they are, what they think, the brands they buy, and things they do. Yougov's connected insights and research services inform strategy at every level. If you're a team, a brand, agency, or rights holder, you should be talking with Yougov. Their partners measure and maximize ROI and are telling compelling stories with data. Visit yougov.com/gaming-esports to learn more. Let's stay on the Epic thing for a second here, because there's another piece of Epic news. And if William was here, he definitely, I think, would have appreciated this. And this one, very different sort of Epic news. Maybe purposeful that this news came out this week in light of, the continued legal losses to Apple and Google. But the headline here, Epic Games may make Fortnite movie as part of entertainment expansion. Supposedly they're considering launching an entertainment division focused on scripted video programming and could develop feature film products. They've hired 2 executives from Lucasfilm. So, supposedly they're serious about expanding into movies. Who here loves the idea of a Fortnite movie? Who here thinks it may water down the brand? I'm curious to get everyone's view on the Fortnite movie. Sid, maybe start with you.
So the first thing that comes to mind is when World of Warcraft made their movie.
Oh no, don't bring that up. That's a sore spot. That should have been a great movie.
I love it.
Come on, you couldn't
I'm
have
like
loved it.
I'm a World of Warcraft junkie, so it was just awesome for me. I watched it last month. I watched it all the time. So, but I know a lot of people didn't feel that way. So, just hoping that if they do it, it can get a better consensus or just do better in general. But I mean, I know the diehards are big fans of the movie, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. But I say go for it.
Will this succeed? What does your crystal ball tell you? Will the Fortnite movie be a success?
I think so.
Anyone thinks it won't?
Well, I think it'll succeed and make a lot of money, but I'm not necessarily bullish on Epic doing this. I mean, we typically, when we talk about video game companies crossing over into kind of more linear entertainment and linear entertainment companies crossing over to video games, I would say we're generally pretty positive on that. We usually are supportive of both, both bleeding into the other side. But the weird thing here with Epic is this isn't really Epic's forte. They're not storytellers. I wouldn't say Fortnite. I guess, there's some sort of lore and narrative kind of story to it, a little bit maybe, but not really.
Not really.
That was me sort of couching a little bit so you didn't say you're dead wrong. But it's not like World of Warcraft or, League of Legends where there's backstory, or there's plenty of games that are even better than that. But Epic's not a story-driven, narrative studio. So to me, this isn't a core competency. So I'm not. While I think the movie will probably make bundles of money because it's Fortnite and it's a movie, but I don't see this as a great move for Epic.
Let me just make kind of a weird argument here. The Warcraft movie did suck. Okay, it sucked. But World of Warcraft has enough content and lore to make 20 movies if you wanted, right? You could literally probably make 20 movies out of just World of Warcraft content and lore. Is it maybe the fact that there's so much lore in something like World of Warcraft, trying to condense it into one feature film is impossible to get right? Whereas with Fortnite, it's kind of a blank slate because, like you said, Jeff, the reality is the cutscenes for their new seasons and chapters are the worst part of Fortnite, right? There's no story. They're not that good. There's nothing. It's definitely not story driven, but maybe that's the blank slate that leads to a better movie because they can sort of go in any direction. Whereas a Warcraft movie, you had to have humans, you had to have the Alliance, you had to have orcs, you had to have, certain characters. There had to be things there, and then that maybe hampered them.
What makes it a Fortnite movie then? It's just set in.
I don't know.
Fortnite, right? What's the
It's a good
Fortnite
question.
does have story. Every battle pass, right? Every chapter, every season that Fortnite comes out with, there's these little intro skits and movies. There are these epic events that we always talk about that we watch, where everyone tunes in to watch the new chapters start. There's a storyline and a common thread behind all of that taking place in their universe. I don't know if they'll stick with that for the movie, but what I will say is between the concerts, between these, like that black hole event that everyone watched for days when nothing changed, they have something there. So you have to give them the benefit of the doubt.
That was a gimmick. That was a complete gimmick.
How many
That's not going to work for a movie.
How many action movies have no story and it's just nonstop fighting for 2 hours? I would
How
say
many
they
Fast and the Furiouses are there?
have
12.
I think they have a shot here. They have an audience. They have characters. They have something going for them.
Lindsay, go ahead, and then I'm going to read some comments.
This is my question for you all: do you think it'll be like I think they would have more success with like a PG movie than a PG-13.
Like, in what sense? Is just no fighting?
No. Just the actual storyline. I mean, you can still have fighting in PG movies, but it's more so like, I guess, what do you all think about what kind of audience they should try to sell to? Because my first inclination is make something for kids.
I don't know. With 110 million people watching Squid Game, maybe they should make something really gory. Fortnite meets,
with
Korean
their,
gore.
Balloon animal guns and stuff. Like, it just,
yeah. I mean, yeah, they could make a kids movie, but that's essentially what it's going to be, right? Does anyone think it's going to be a hardcore action movie?
I assumed it was going to be very like a Roblox kind of age. Like, I think this is going to age them down, not up, but I don't know.
Could they do live action Fortnite? Like non-animated?
That'd be terrible.
Oh, I hope not.
Why
You
not?
can get Travis Scott in the movie. He was like the opposite way around, right? Live action
There you
Fortnite, Travis Scott. How much would that cost?
Keanu Reeves, just get all the skin guys.
It's very in
Ooh.
Fortnite Inception. Let me just read some of these comments. Christian says, surprised Fortnite movie announcement took this long. I'm curious what you guys think why it did. My sense is this is a bit of a confused strategy, right? And I get it, right? You have great IP, you have a huge audience. Making a movie sort of makes probably business and financial sense. The problem is you're supposed to be the spearhead of the metaverse, right? Like the front line moving into this virtual world. Going backwards and making a traditional movie feels a little like taking a step back. And I don't know if that doesn't matter, right? From a business standpoint, who cares? Like, if this is going to make money, it makes money, and we don't really care. But I'm just curious what you guys think in terms of why did they wait this long?
I know
It's
from like
expensive.
movies. Sorry,
Go
I know.
ahead, Sid.
Yeah, I know from like movies, a lot of like the way they also make more profit on it is like selling like the merch afterwards, right? Like, and then like doing like bigger things, like obviously like amusement parks and like all that stuff. But I know a lot of the profit comes from like after the movie comes out, they sell like the toys and the shirts and like whatever. So maybe that's like one way that they're trying to go even more mainstream.
But the more physical that they get, right? Selling a Fortnite shirt, to me, is a lot less exciting from a business model standpoint than selling a Fortnite skin, right? The promise of these companies at the spearhead of the metaverse is we're getting rid of the physical, right? This is about the virtual. This is about selling digital goods and immersing you in a virtual world. This feels a little bit pulling you out of it, and that I don't fully understand. Wani says another flop for sure. I don't know if it'll flop. It might. I mean, it could, right? Everyone said there was no way the Warcraft movie could flop. Wani says, I think Fortnite would make a very good animated TV series. That may be a better fit, maybe to Lindsay's point also.